In this video, I'm going to be showing you how far you can stretch the average New York budget in Medellin, Colombia. Cost of living is up all over the world, whether it's inflation or other factors. All I know is it's probably getting difficult to live the type of life you want to live in the country that you live in. If you're someone who has a bit more spending money and really wants to make your money go further so you can increase your quality of life, then this video is for you. So we're going to talk about how far the average monthly budget in New York can go in Medellin. First of all, we need to define what is average. Generally, the average is somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000 a month. Obviously, I know New York is a big place. They have many boroughs or boroughs. How do you say that word? These places can vary significantly in cost. For example, if you're living in Manhattan, obviously that's going to be more expensive than if you live in Staten Island or something. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you what your life might look like with $4,500 of spending money in Medellin, Colombia. Let's start with the biggest expense, which is rent. This is an example of something you can get for about $1,900 a month. This place I found is just on one of the local rental websites. Pretty beautiful. Look at those views. Look at this big living room. The place is 155 square meters, so pretty big. It has 2 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a sauna, a Turkish bath, a swimming pool, a gym, 24-hour security as well in Estratos 6. If you guys don't know what Estratos are, that's how they classify the neighborhoods in terms of low income, middle class, and high income. 1 being the lowest and 6 being the highest. So this one is in one of the highest income earning neighborhoods. This is good that we're on the New York theme today because this is kind of the high ceiling warehouse New York style look. It's got a great big terrace or patio, balcony or whatever you want to call that. Pretty nice furnishings. Looks pretty good. I mean, I'd like to live in this place. I'd be very happy living here actually. So as you can see, something like that would cost you $1,900 a month. Now let's get to food, okay? What if you want to live really, really fancy and you don't want to ever buy groceries and you don't ever want to cook for yourself? Well, they have meal delivery services here, which are very, very affordable. I actually spoke to one of them, Comida Fit. So they have different options, different meal plans, depending on what type of food you want. The special thing about them is they bring you food to get fit. So if you want to tell them you want to do muscle building or fat loss or whatever, they'll tailor the macros, proteins, carbs, and fats to be in line with the goals that you're trying to achieve. For 3 meals a day, every day of the week, so you never have to think about food, is going to cost you $587 US a month delivered to your door. That works out to $6.50 per meal. If you're interested in something like that, then I'm going to leave a link to the WhatsApp of Comida Fit in the description. I've been speaking to the head chef there, and she said that anyone who sends her a message saying AK Joel sent me here will get free delivery included. Now that food is sorted, let's get to all the boring and tedious stuff that none of us really want to do, like laundry, ironing, folding, drying, cleaning. Well, here it's very affordable to hire someone and give someone a job to be able to do all that stuff for you. So to get a maid, usually the cost per day is $20. 3 times a week, that's 12 times a month. That's going to cost you $240. So what does this include? Someone will come to your house at about 8 a.m. and they'll leave about 3 p.m. And in that time, they'll do whatever you need them to do. You just have all the tasks ready for them. You show them like the first or second time, and then they'll just take care of it from there on in. Honestly, if you're an entrepreneur or professional, it frees up so much time. You shouldn't actually be doing any of these tasks yourself. Next, we need to talk about something else quite boring, but also very important, and that is health insurance. So since you have money to spend, I'm guessing you probably want the best health insurance possible. That is called Sura Global. And for someone aged 51 to 59, that's going to cost $295 a month. If you want more information on this and health insurance, I don't want to get bogged down in this video, but I have 2 videos on it. I've left them in the description as well. So right now, let's just do an update. We've got rent covered. We've got daily meal delivery, healthy food, mind you. We got the maid covered for cleaning our place, doing our laundry, all that stuff. And we got health insurance. And our total figure for all that so far is pretty good, right? But we still have many more things that we can do, so let's keep moving. If this lifestyle is starting to sound appealing to you and you'd like to move to Medellin in the next 12 months, then head to the description of this video and click the first link that I've left for you. This link will take you to a form. All you need to do is answer a couple of simple questions, and someone from my team will be in touch to discuss how we can get you here as soon as possible. Next, let's imagine you like going to the gym. How much would a gym membership cost here? So I'm not going to tell you exactly which gym I go to because It's kind of empty right now. I don't want everybody going there. But let me just tell you that the best gyms in Medellin will cost you about $50 a month. That sounds expensive, but why is it like that? Well, because you can go to the cheap ones, but it's going to be absolutely jam-packed 5 in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. And what about if you want a personal trainer? That can be really good if you want to achieve your goals of getting super fit while you're here in Medellin. I got this pricing actually from a friend of mine who gets personal training 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. He pays his personal trainer $200 a month for this. So that comes out to about $10 a session. My mate has a gym in his apartment building, so he meets his personal trainer there every morning and he gets private one-on-one sessions in the comfort of his own home for only $10 a session. If you already have a gym membership and your personal trainer works out of that gym, this cost could come down even further because they don't need to travel. And after all this working out, you're going to be pretty sore and tired, right? Let's keep that body in check by getting some massages. I use a mate of mine and he's a trained nutritionist and physiotherapist with a master's degree, and he comes around to my place, he brings the massage table and all that. That each time will cost $30. Once a week to keep your body in perfect nick is going to cost you just $120 a month. Once again, he's a bit more expensive because he's actually studied. He has a master's. He's not just like these other random people who is a masseuse, you know? So he knows what he's doing. He speaks English. He's on top of it. He even works at the local hospital here. For someone like that, it's going to cost you $30 a session. Next, let's say you like to play some sports. Tennis lessons here, 101. I'm spending $12 a session. I do 2 sessions a week, 8 a month. So that's costing me $96 a month. And once again, I like to pay money to get the best people. So my coach is not just someone who hits balls at me. He actually used to train people for competition in Bogota. And now he recently moved to Medellin and now he's training me for competition as well. And what if you come to Medellin and you don't speak Spanish, but you want to learn Spanish? Well, first of all, I highly recommend it. So good job. It's really going to help you move and integrate and enjoy this city. But how much do Spanish lessons cost? Well, one-on-one for someone to come to your house could be anywhere between $10 to $15. You can also even do Zoom calls, which could be about $10 a session, sometimes even cheaper. But remember, you're going to have to pay more money for quality. For someone who's actually going to keep track of how you're learning, not just someone who's just getting on the Zoom call and talking to you, you're going to have to pay money. So the going rate these days is about $15 a session. So let's say you're super committed to learning Spanish and you want to get there as fast as possible. So you do 3 sessions a week. That's going to cost you $180 for the month of one-on-one Spanish lessons here with someone really good. Next one, let's talk about mobile phone. So when you get here, you want to get a local SIM card. It's much easier to move around that way. I pay 31,000 pesos, which is about $8 a month, and they give me something like 12 gig data. It says 12 gig on the plan. Honestly, I don't know what's going on because last time they gave me 90. I mean, I'm not complaining, but just to give you the accurate info, I got 90, but I only ordered 12. Next, barbershop. It's really easy in Medellin to look good because it's not like the US or other countries where each time you go and just, cut 3 hairs off, they're going to charge you $80. Here in Medellin, for a barber to actually come to your apartment, give you a haircut, do the beard shave is going to cost you only $20 a session. So let's say you do that once every single week to look super sharp. That's only going to cost you $80 a month. Next, we're going to talk about entertainment and transport. But first, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button. Now, let's get to entertainment. If you like to go out and party, drinks and all that stuff are not that expensive here, unless you go and party in the main tourist district of Poblado. There, I've heard people paying like $15 for a gin and tonic. But if you actually go to any other place, you're not going to be paying that much. A beer might only be $1 or $2. If you go to the movies, it's going to cost you about $5 a ticket. If you go on Tuesdays and Thursdays to Cine Colombia, they have a discount. I think it's 50% off. So that's like $2.50 per ticket. Now, in terms of eating out, I just want to give you an example of last week when I went out with my mate and his girlfriend, plus my girlfriend. We went to Provenza, which is one of the most exclusive areas in all of Medellin. We all got pizzas and we all got a drink. For 4 people, the whole bill, including tip, was $75. So about $18 a person. And remember, that is eating out at one of the most exclusive areas in the city. If you eat out probably anywhere else, it's going to be maybe half that price. Now, transport. You might be wondering how we get around to do all these activities. Well, Uber, if you didn't know, is extremely reliable and extremely cheap here. Let's assume you like to do many activities. So you're going out at least once every day. So you need to go and you need to come back. So that's 30 times 2, 60 times a month that you take in an Uber. The average cost of Uber is between $1 and $5. So let's take something in the middle and call about $3. So 3 times 60, $180 you're spending on Uber to get around wherever you want within the city per month. What does all this add up to in terms of total monthly living expenses? Let's take a look at our sheet and I'll show you. So as you can see here, we've got all this stuff here. We're living a pretty good life. You know, we're not cooking. We're getting massages every week. We're getting haircuts every week. And all that stuff together is costing you $4,100 a month. As we said before, the average cost of living in New York City is $4,500. That, mind you, is average. That's not living like a king, and that's not doing nearly as many activities as we've covered in this list. That's just basically living normal. With that money, you can come here to Medellin and you can do all this stuff. And you have some money left over. So, you know, the average New York expenses minus what this whole list costs, you still got $400 a month left over to do whatever you want, or maybe you want to save it. That's a list, guys. What did I miss? Let me know in the comments, and make sure you subscribe to this video if you enjoyed it, because I have plenty more coming. If you want to know about my personal expenses, I don't spend that much money, honestly, but if you want to see what that looks like, then jump onto this video and check it out.